What's going on, everybody? This is Trey. This is so weird, recording this video for the first time because I'm doing something outside, and I live in a subdivision, and my neighbors could be listening to me talk, which is kind of funny because they're probably looking out their windows across the street or somewhere, wondering why is this guy laughing and talking to a phone. But nonetheless, I'm gonna start doing these videos of the different things that I can do. Of course, today I'm gonna be changing oil on a vehicle, and other things that I may do and may wanna show you, just because I feel like I'm somewhat of a handyman where there's a lot of things that I can do. Like for instance, I cut my own hair. So if you see some flaws in my haircut while I'm changing this oil, it's okay, I did it myself and it was free, as opposed to going to a barbershop and them charging $20 to $30 for a haircut that I've just learned to do over time myself. But nonetheless, on to what the point of this video is today. We're going to be changing the oil in my 2016 Cadillac XTS. Of course, when you get started, of course, I have gloves. As you see, I have my gloves on. For those who don't want to get dirty. And this is not gonna be necessarily for everybody. In the event that you want to change your own oil, this could be a tutorial for you. But if you don't have plans on changing your own oil, at least when you go to your dealership, to other shade tree mechanics, or to your commercial mechanic shops, no matter what it may be, where it may be, you'll have some knowledge on what is happening so that you can maybe point out flaws or point out something they may not be doing, or ask questions or have knowledge on the situation at hand. But of course, first thing you do is pop your hood. And of course, your hood latch is on your side of the driver's side of the vehicle, somewhere down there. Each car is different, so get your owner's manual and check to see where that is. After you pop your hood in the vehicle, of course, you have to also unlatch it here. It'll be here, somewhere up in this area for the most part with cars, unlatching your hood to open it up. Of course, my vehicle has these hydraulics here, so I don't have to, put up a little stand, or if your hydraulic system is out, you have to put up a stick, whatever the case may be. In this Cadillac XTS, my oil filter is accessible on the top of the vehicle. There are some vehicles that you have to access the oil filter on the bottom. I've also worked on a Nissan Altima where I had to take off the passenger tire just to get to the oil filter. So it depends on your vehicle, of course. Look at your owner's manual, or go to YouTube to figure out exactly where the stuff is for your vehicle, or Google. Google tells you a lot of information. Also, so for my products that I am going to be using, of course, you can go to your local auto shop to get your products. I found it to be cheaper to go to Amazon. So let me see if I can do this real quick. I flip this around like I can. So as you see here, I ordered everything from Amazon Prime. I have my oil filter, air filter, and I only need 6 quarts, but I have 8 quarts of oil. And this is full synthetic oil, actually. And I only pay $20 for these 5 quarts, where if you go into a parts store, they can run you sometimes over double that. And I got them in 2 days. So it came here in 2 days and everything was golden. So to get started, we're going to be changing the air filter first. So I'm gonna move my little handy dandy stand over. I'm gonna let this down a little so y'all can watch me as I do it. Now, as I perfect this whole YouTube video thing, of course, I'll get better with videos and things of that nature. But this is my first video, so I know I grew up in church and they would say, take all mistakes for love. So take all my mistakes for love. And all I'm doing is unscrewing the carrier, well, not carrier, the casing for where the air filter is. This requires a Phillips head screwdriver, and this is what a Phillips head screwdriver looks like. Of course, you got the flat head screwdriver, and then you got your Phillips head, which is like the cross, so to speak. If that helps you understand what I'm talking about. And the good thing about these screws is they do not come out all the way, so you don't have to worry about losing them in this car. Other cars, you run the risk of losing your screws, which is why it is important for you to have a magnet of some sort, so that in the event that you drop a screw or something, you can reach out with the magnet to pick up the screw. And you don't have screws just jumping around in your engine. Now, also with this, I probably am going to have to vacuum clean out this area also, just to get any extra dirt that may be in here, which is fine. It feels so weird to be talking to myself. Living alone, I typically don't talk to anybody unless I'm on the phone until I go out with public. Air filter. It's a little dirty. And I have a little air in, a little dirt. I'm sorry. I have a little dirt in here, so I will be vacuum cleaning it out. But here's my new air filter. You can see the difference. It's this way. Yeah. So see how dirty this one is and how new and clean this one is. So you're good to be getting clean air. Let me get my vacuum cleaner real quick and vacuum clean this out. As you see, it's all cleaned out. Yeah, all cleaned out, no dirt, leaves or anything like that in there, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm simply gonna put the new one in. Now, the good thing is, on Amazon, I got a really good one, whereas the price that I paid for this one on Amazon, it would have been really cheap in the parts store. The street seems to be really busy today. Just make sure everything is lined back up whenever you put it back on. Once you get maybe one or two of them lined up, everything should fall into place. The other thing is, if something's itching on your body, you have these gloves on. Like my ear is slightly itching, but it'll go away. I don't feel like taking the gloves off and scratching my ear just to find, well, not find, but put new gloves on and continue the process. I guess that's TMI, but whatever. And I'm doing all of this. I give you the price for how much it costs via Amazon and doing it yourself, as opposed to going to a parts store. Now, of course, it is cheaper doing it yourself instead of going to a dealership. Now, you can find sales and deals on oil changes and things of that nature. However, it's still cheaper. And then on top of that, you know that the work is done when you do it yourself, as opposed to having trust and confidence in people that you don't know. And in a society where so many people have trust issues anyway, I have had a situation where they didn't do work on my vehicle. I was like 21, 22, no, 20, 21. No, I'm sorry, I was 22. And they did not do all the work that they needed to do on my vehicle. And that is what made me really start paying attention to dealerships. I was in San Antonio, Texas, actually. I'm not gonna say the dealership. Hell, they probably shut down now anyway, but because I know that this brand of vehicle went through a lot of shutdowns at one point. And I'm just putting the old filter in here so that I can throw it away. So this part is done. And I'm gonna show you this also. I drove my car last night, and so when I came in, I drove it up on the ramps that I have so that whenever I came out today to do my oil change, the engine will be cool. That's one thing you have to think about whenever you want to change your own oil, is make sure that you do it in enough time so that you give the engine time to cool off, because you don't want to burn yourself. The oil may be hot, you may burn yourself with the oil, or whatever the case may be. So give your car time to cool off before you decide to do anything under the hood. The ramps that I drove up on. So I got these ramps from, I don't know why I'm giving all this information out, because I'm not getting any, they're not paying me for marketing. But anyway, I got these from the store. But nonetheless, I got these from the store, and these come in very handy for doing oil changes and things of that nature, where you can just drive up and slide under. The only thing is with these, sometimes if your vehicle is really low and the front part of your vehicle will hit on these going down. But other than that, these are to me, these have been a really good investment for me changing oil on my vehicle and other vehicles. In the event that the vehicle is low, typically I'll just jack up the car some and then just put these there, just because anytime that I'm under a vehicle, I like to have support, whether it be jack stands or these, and it really works. Getting our oil pans in place so that it can catch the oil as it comes out the vehicle. Putting this in the right place is very important, because you don't want to have the oil leaking all over your driveway, and then you be having to get degreaser and put down cat litter or whatever absorbent that you want to use to get the oil off of your driveway, and then possibly leave a stain. So that being said, I'm gonna put the camera up under the vehicle and try to position it, and hopefully I get it in the right spot so that, you know, I don't have the oil splashing all over my own driveway. Okay, so for this vehicle, I used a 15mm socket to get off the bolt that holds the oil in the oil pan. Each vehicle is different, of course. So go to your owner's manual, or just get under the vehicle and just keep trying different sockets until you figure out exactly which one works for your vehicle. Of course, like I was saying, make sure your vehicle is cooled off, because of course, your manifold and all this stuff is gonna be hot. Your oil is gonna be hot. And you don't wanna be under the vehicle and it's hot and then you burn something or you hurt yourself. And then of course, I don't want you trying to sue me because I'm telling you how to change your own oil. you won't get much. But anyway, you do this at your own risk. And of course, I've kind of positioned this up a little more because when it comes out, it's gonna shoot out a little. So hopefully I have it in a good place. And the oil's gonna be black, of course. It's starting to get a little drip. There we go. See, I got a little bit on the ground, but I did a good job. I do have some absorbent that I can put there, and I have some degreaser that I can put there. Of course, good thing is I'm on the cement, so I don't have to worry about it getting into the environment per se. Like if it was in the grass or something like that. And this is really simple. And you know, you go to the dealerships and you pay so much money for something that's very, very, very simple. And the good thing is this oil is cold because my vehicle has not been driven in a couple of hours. So that's a good thing. It's gonna take a little while for it to all drain out. So we're gonna go back up to the top of the vehicle. So I'm back. I had to get this camber adjusted. As you see, I'm not dirty at all, which is the good thing. This is where the oil is gonna go. Also, if you're going to be doing any type of mechanic work, I do say that getting some shop towels is a good investment because you're going to be needed if you're going to get dirty. Even with gloves on, you can get smears of dirt, oil, whatever on your body or whatever the case may be, and you want to get it off. Okay, so the oil is almost done. After the oil is done, draining out of the oil pan, I'm gonna move the oil pan up a little bit to remove the oil filter. And of course, like I said, on this vehicle, the oil filter is not under the engine, it's up on the front. Ginger, go get in the chair. In the chair, Ginger. Yeah, the oil filter is not underneath the engine, it's in the front. A Camaro that I had was like that also. Actually, in the Camaro, the oil filter was on the top, and so it made it convenient also. And this is gonna be the oil filter that I put on this car. Of course, I got everything again. I got everything from Amazon, so everything was a lot cheaper. I remember this one. So this here was like $9.98 at the local parts store, and on Amazon I got it for $6. So that's a $3 difference. And of course I have Amazon Prime, so I got it in 2 days, and that was that. So the bolt is back on. Make sure that you do tighten the bolt back up because you don't want to have oil leaking out of your plug. And then of course, if oil leaks out, your engine blows up, and then you're gonna have a bigger issue at hand instead of just oil changes. But it's not hard. Just tighten it up. Make sure nothing is dripping out, and you should be good. I've repositioned the oil pan. And now I'm gonna just take off my oil filter. Here's the old oil filter, and I did a good job. Even though it was in this way, I just kept it steady, and I still have a majority of the oil still in the oil filter. Now, of course, depending on your vehicle, it may be in a different location or different, it's maybe placed on the vehicle in a different way. However, just get it off as best you can, as safe as possible. You shouldn't have any issues. So what I'm gonna do also is, I'm gonna put some oil in here, and then I'm gonna grease up this right here. I'm gonna put a little oil in here, and I'm gonna grease this up also before I put this new oil filter on. So my XTS, it actually takes a whole different type of oil than my Escalade here. This takes 5W30. I want to say my Escalade takes 0W20. I want to say. Now, I typically stand by this, but I feel that, of course, well, it's not that I stand by it and that it's the, the gospel. But full synthetic oil is better for your engine than regular motor oil. So every vehicle that I've owned since the invention of full synthetic oil, I always use full synthetic oil in every vehicle. And chances are, if I've changed your oil before, I've talked you into changing your oil to full synthetic because it's so good for your vehicle and your engine. Now, if there's any critiques in here that has a better way of doing different things, I don't mind if you comment, say that you don't like something. I understand that I am putting content on social media, and in putting content on social media, people have a tendency to give their opinions. And I'm open to anybody. Well, I have no choice necessarily but to be open to everybody's opinion. I may not necessarily entertain your opinion, but thank you in advance for caring. Also be careful with tightening these up. With my hands, I've on my Escalade back here, I've actually tightened it to the point where I crushed the oil filter and had to go to the dealership, not the dealership, go to the parts store and get another one because the one that I had, I'm trying to get this to soak in so it doesn't leak anywhere. Then get that engine smell, the engine oil smell, like something burning or now, if you're not aware of how much oil goes into your vehicle, again, if you don't have it in your owner's manual, Google it, and it should tell you how many quarts of oil goes into your vehicle. Like this vehicle actually only takes 6 quarts, so we should be golden. And be careful not to put too much in too soon, and then have it flowing at the top and onto the engine, and then before you know it, your car smells like motor oil. So of course, after you put all the oil in, put your cap back on, and this will be a good time to check your levels. Oil stick caps in the vehicles typically are yellow. I know I'm yellow, that's I say it very southern, but yellow. So I'm checking it now. Then I'm gonna crank the vehicle up and let me check it again. Don't get the oil filter dip mixed up with the transmission dip also. Those are two different fluids. Okay, we're looking good. So I'm gonna crank the vehicle up now. So at this point in time, I am about to check the oil levels. I've let the vehicle run for a little bit, just to ensure that the oil is at a proper level. And we're living our life like we're golden. So you got the little indentions up here at the top and the indentions at the bottom. You got that little safe, let's see if I can get that on this here really good. There we go. Anyway, it's like a safe area. If I can, let me see. That's so as you see here, it's zooming in on me, but not this. Anyway, so as you see there, okay, there we go. So you got the area up here, which is well, let's do it this way so it'll be better to explain. There we go. So you got the area down here. Now, if your oil get down to here, change your oil, figure out why your oil is leaking, put more oil in, or whatever the case may be, whatever you need to do. Or if you don't know what to do, take it to a mechanic shop because your engine is about to blow up. If it's up here, you're in a good area. Now, if it's all the way up here, that's not good either. But you know, try to have it in the good area, the gray space, the good space. And if you're smelling oil or anything like that, after doing this, think back, did you waste any oil on the engine? Because of course, wasting oil on the engine can result in the oil smell. It goes away after a few days. Now, if you're just continually smelling oil, keep checking your oil levels, go back and make sure everything is tight. And if you're still smelling oil issues, go get help because that means you probably messed something up. But you should not, going by everything that I told you, you should not mess up anything. It works. I'm telling you, I changed plenty of oil in plenty of vehicles. So what I'm going to show you all how to do now is I'm going to, each vehicle is different, of course. So here in my Cadillac, I wish I could turn this camera around, but I don't think you can. You have to reset the system for it being, of course, new oil. And my vehicle lets me know, okay, it's time for an oil change or whatever the case may be. So I wish I can turn this. This you all have to that way. So I just I went to change your oil. It's different in different vehicles. If I can get this clear. God dang it. Okay. So in different vehicles. So of course I found my display for the oil, and then for my vehicle I just press select and just hold it in, and it resets the oil. So now my oil life is back at 100. Of course, according to whatever vehicle you do have, just follow the manual and how to change, how to reset your oils in your vehicle so that you don't keep getting these dings saying that you have an oil change whenever you've changed your oil. So of course I am done, and we are done. So thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry if this came off as very unprofessional. This is my very first video, but of course if you stick with me, the videos will get better, the editing will get better, and please like and subscribe, as they say on all other channels. Like and subscribe, and we will do this together. See you later.